Guys, welcome back to the channel, Guns, Ammo, and Drones. So today, we're going to be talking about the Ruger Security 9. It's actually a really nice pistol. It is about the same size as a Glock 19. I just happen to have a Glock 19 right here. We'll see if we can try to do this way. It's just a little bit shorter than the Glock 19, but overall very similar in size. Thinner, of course, and just a little bit shorter, but it's roughly the same size. Obviously, this gun was designed for self-defense, for concealed carry, really anything you need to do with it. It's going to handle the job, just fine. Some of the features on this gun: magazines are 15 round mag. It does come with two. These are 15 round, and you'll notice on the bottom of the magazine here how it actually has some of the grip stippling effect at the bottom, which I think is just a small little touch. Let's see if we can get that in there. As you can see there, when you go to grab the magazine out, you actually do feel this. As far as when you pull out the mag, if you happen to have a stuck mag, it's stuck a little bit, just pull on that and it'll help get that out. But it is kind of a nice little touch. The grip texture is not as aggressive as, let's say, the M&P 2.0 line or the Taurus line, but it's decent. It does wrap around with all these panels here, and including the front. Now the gun is unloaded. Oh. Nothing in the magazine, as you can see, and the gun is clear. All right. So you'll also notice that there are no grip panels to take off and change the size. This is basically a one size should fit all. It probably won't, but you don't have the option of having extra pieces as far as your back straps being able to change out. So, and it's perfectly fine. This gun is probably, let me put the magazine in. This is probably a medium, small, or small, maybe a medium, maybe, as far as size. I think overall this gun will probably fit 90 to 95% of most hands that hold it. It's going to be perfectly comfortable. Some of the other features on it: magazine, it's a nice magazine. It is reversible. Okay, now there are no other ambi controls on this. The frame mounted safety and the slide release, slide stop, are not ambi, so you don't have that option. And as you can see, this is a hammer fired pistol. Now, Ruger, I'm not really sure why they did this. There are a few other pistols that are similar. Some of the smaller Rugers, like the 380s and even the 9s, are very similar as far as takedown. I'm going to take this down here in a little bit, but this is just one of those things that you have to have fingernails, and as you can see, I don't. I bite my fingernails, so I can't get my finger in here. They say that you don't need special tools to break this thing down, so I just end up using a pen on the other side, but we'll talk about that here in a minute. The frame itself is glass-filled nylon, and it's very smooth, but it looks really nice. I'm hoping this camera will pick it up. It really does look nice. Trigger, it does have the trigger safety here. All right, it does have the internal manual, or the manual safety here, and as far as the internal safety, which are different on this one than it would be with a striker fired pistol. This one actually has a neutral balance sear, a hammer catch, and what that does, the hammer catch prevents the hammer and the pin contacting unless the trigger is pulled. Okay, so that's that. Let's take this out here. Some of the other features on it would be your full-size rail. So you've got plenty of notches for different size lights or lasers or wherever else you want to put on it. Now this is the two-tone. This is actually a really nice stainless steel color. I love these. It's not my first dual tone, but I haven't bought one in a while. I really like them. it's just something different besides all black. You'll notice the slide serrations up in the front. If you guys are the kind of guys that want to do press checks, it does press checks very easy. And then your rear slide serrations so that you can grab. And some of the other features, fully adjustable for driftage, but it does have kind of like, it's very Glockish, as you can tell. A lot of companies are really going for, now these ones here I changed out, so that's my mistake for showing you that. These have night sights on them. But you get the idea. A lot of the Glocks are very similar to this. So now these are polymer, okay, and they are adjustable. You can change them out, put on different sights if you want. That's perfectly fine. You'll also notice here on the top that it does have a loaded chamber window. And you can also see over here, if there was one in the chamber, you'd be able to see it in there also. You know what? Let's just go ahead and put one in, knowing that I am going to be safe doing this so that you can see what it looks like, because a lot of times you don't really know what that looks like. So I am going to drop the pistol. Now let's get this one here. So I got it in there. Had an issue. I just let the hammer or let the slide go. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on safe. But you'll be able to look in there and see. There we go. You can actually see in the top there that there is a round in there. And you can definitely see that. You can definitely see that there's a round in there also. So even though in the dark you might not know, but during the daylight you'll be able to look in there and see that it is that it is loaded. So we'll go ahead and load it. The safety, I'm going to leave this on for a minute. The safety is kind of weird. Probably the first half hour, I'm thinking that maybe I had a weird safety. And technically this one is kind of weird because you don't really see this one a whole lot. It actually pivots from the front right here, okay? And you push up from the back, as opposed to a lot of the safeties having the pivot point in the back here, and you would use your thumb to go up. Now, this one here, it moves down easily with your thumb when you've got the gun in a grip, but it's more difficult to engage it with the thumb, with the side of your thumb here, because of where this thing is positioned. So you have to kind of turn the gun sideways and then kind of go like that. Some of you will be able to do it with your thumb. I think I just did it a second ago. But it's more difficult to engage it when you've got a decent size the proper grip on the gun. So let's go ahead and get that round out. All right, we'll get that one out of the way. All right, the gun's clear again. So as you can hear the trigger, it's actually the trigger's actually fairly nice. I've got a Lyman pool gauge coming today, so I probably should have waited to do this review, but I've got so many other reviews I need to do that I just wanted to kind of do this one now. So the trigger pull is about 5 pounds, 5 to 5.5. Now this gun here has not been shot yet because of the COVID. I haven't had a chance to shoot this gun, so this review right now is purely on features of the gun, my overall impressions of the feel. I'm sure it's going to shoot wonderful. Most of the Rugers that I've shot have shot really nice. I don't expect this one to be any different. And we'll do another shooting review once all the ranges become open. And let me see if you can see in there. There you can see the hammer. Okay, so when you pull the trigger, it drops on the firing pin and sends that round off. Let's take a look at the other side here. You can see, I think we did mention that the magazine release is reversible. And that is really about it as far as features. I'm going to go ahead and take it apart and just we'll try to do this real time. So what I've found, like a lot of Rugers, you've got to just kind of give it a little bit of relief, okay? And then if you had a fingernail or if you have a screwdriver or something like that. Now, I don't really want to do anything like that on this side. I don't want to scratch up the finish or make any marks. So what I do is, you'll see that right there, that's the other side of that. I'll just kind of pull back a little bit, take this pin, and let's see if we can push it out. Here, let's try this from another angle. All right, we'll try to, sorry about all the movement. It's not wanting to go. Let me get it open and I'll It just took a minute. I could have done it probably real time, but I didn't want to waste anybody's time. Okay, so as soon as you push that through, it really just kind of pops out quite a ways, and just this pin comes out, all right? And the slide comes right off. So standard internals for the most part for a gun that is hammer fired. Let's pull the barrel out. All right, you'll see it's a nice barrel, polished. And here's your internals of your slide. Pretty standard. All right, put it back together. Here's this part, and we will lock that in, and you are ready to go. We'll put that one right there. This is interesting because this is all your rail here. It's an anodized aluminum chassis, and you can see the hammer here. Now it does have some grease in it. I've cleaned it up a little bit and got it ready. But boy, I tell you what, it's about as basic as you could get in there. All right, and as far as putting it back together, it's just your normal line up the chassis and the slide. Put a little bit of back pressure. Now this here, you'll see that it's rounded at the top, so you're going to want to put it in just like this way. God, I hope that's the way anyway. There we go. And you'll see that it just snaps right in. The gun is really nice. Ergonomically, this thing is fantastic to hold. It doesn't have a lot of hump back here. It doesn't have any finger grooves, but tell you what, you get a good grip on this thing, and it's really nice in the hand, especially if you put the magazine in and your pinky fits right on there. I've got a I've got an extender magazine. Now this is a 15 round, and I've got the 17 round coming. It should be here any day, which adds a little bit of length at the bottom to give me more of a full grip feel, you know, like a full-size pistol. The Ruger Security 9, it's a really nice gun as far as like I said, the ergonomics, the feel of the gun, the features of the gun. It's just a nice pistol, given that there are so many pistols this size or with these kind of features on the market. It's amazing that we have so many choices. And when you're a collector like I am, it almost seems monotonous at some point, but each gun is different. Each gun has a different feel, and maybe that's why I do it. I mean, this gun here is no different than probably 4, 5, 6 of the other ones that I've got. It just looks a little bit different. It feels a little bit different in your hand, and each gun has its own quality, and it's a great gun. You can pick these up for under $400. I think I was probably more along the $320, $340 area. I'm kind of guessing. I'd have to go back and look and see what I paid for this, but I use Gunbroker most of the time. Bud's Gun Shop usually has a lot of good deals, but Gunbroker is really nice because you have so many guns to choose from so many sellers, and they're all vying for your business. So some of them will be cheaper, some will offer free shipping, no credit card fees, and that's really nice in today's market, especially with COVID-19. Now, gun prices right now are elevated because of the COVID, so if you don't need a pistol right now, then you might just want to hold off and wait till this whole thing blows over. Gun prices will come back down. And other than that, this is the Ruger Security 9 9mm. It's a really nice gun. I'll expect a video here sometime soon of me shooting this, and we'll have fun and watch the video whenever I have it made. So have a good day, guys. We'll see you later.